Southern comfort running through my veins. My mama was the wind and my daddy was a train. I'm the second coming of the midnight rider. I'm a modern day old soul singer, son of a gun and guitar slinger. I spent 10 years picking on a 6-string, working the bar scene, burning it down to the ground, looking for a sound that ain't been found by no one else, sticking true to myself. So I took it up a highway, southbound interstate, counting on a big break, trading my legs for tips, learning to live like I never did. I was dead broke, like a bad joke. Got Southern comfort running through my veins. My mama was the wind and my daddy was a train. I'm the second coming of the midnight rider. I'm a modern day old soul singer, son of a gun and guitar slinger.
To 2012 A Hunter's Guide. It is week 3, and this week on the show, it's not going to be a long show for us. I got my weather with Pops, and then after that we're going to do Cousin Roy's segment. He's a mess is all I got to say. Cousin Roy's after that, and then we'll do our stand selection, and at the very end we'll close out with success and failure stories. And the reason we're going to close out with them is because we ain't got much this week. So up next is Pops. Stay tuned.
Back with a Hunter's Guide. I'm Joey Nifong. We're here with the weather again. We're going to do the weather before that idiot Roy comes out here and talks for a little while, but he'll be here in just a minute. But we had a real nice week last week, except for probably Friday and Saturday. Got a little warm on us, and looking forward to a really nice week this week. No precipitation for at least the next 5 days, and probably tonight or tomorrow night we're going to have some lows in the mid-40s. I would think highs in the 70s. Again, toward the latter part of the week, Friday and Saturday, it's going to probably warm up to about 80. But then again, the humidity is going to be real nice, real low, and it's going to be just a nice time to be in the woods hunting. We're going to down the road. We're going to be looking forward probably for a lot cooler weather. This year is going to be a lot different. Last year, we're going to have the frost is going to come a lot sooner. October is going to be a little cooler. So it's going to be just a great time to be in the woods this October. But anyway, y'all have a great week, and good luck hunting, and we will see you next week.
Now welcome back to A Hunter's Guide, and we got a special segment for you right here. My cousin Roy, get on the camera here, Roy. Stand right here. My cousin Roy come down from West Virginia last week to go to the Davidson County Fair. I told him it wasn't much, but he insisted on coming. He knew a few people down there that worked there. So he come down here to the Davidson County Fair, and he wanted to be on the show again since he had such a good time last year and so many people really liked him. He got a lot of fans off this show. So my cousin Roy here is going to start telling us a story about once every other week, and an old hunting story of his. So Roy, take it away. Tell us this old hunting story you wanted to tell me about.
It ain't too old. It just happened last winter.
Last winter? Okay. I'm sorry. But it's a hunting story from your past.
It is. I think Luke would tell you this because I got in a lot of trouble.
Okay. Okay.
What happened, me and my buddy Tim Pierce, about January the 1st of 1912.
2012. 2012.
I get lost, Josh. Time gets away from it.
Okay.
Time gets away from it. 2012.
Yeah.
We was up in West Virginia, and Tim, my buddy Tim Pierce. You know Tim?
I know Tim. Yeah.
I mentioned Tim Pierce before. He said, Joey, I know where they're a farmer. He got about 20 acres of land, and he's got some big old 3-pointers, and he said he needs a few of them shot. And I said, I'm
you
game.
don't want to do it.
I'm game. I said, let's go. So what happened?
That's a trophy for you.
He said, let's jump in the trooper. We jumped in the trooper. We rode up into the hills, and old Tim, he jumps out, and he said, I'm gonna go talk to this farmer. He said he's got about 20 acres, and he's excited about us coming. He needs a few nice ones killed. And I said, we game. We shoot a few nice ones.
Oh yeah.
So he gets in the house, and I tell you, I was sitting out there in the trooper, and it about to freeze to death. Finally, here he come running out. He come running out of the house. I get a little nervous talking about it. I hate to tell
I
you.
understand.
He come running out of the house like he's on fire. I said, what's going on with Tim? He runs in the trooper and he grabs his old 742 pump, 30-06, and he lays it across the fence. And there's a mule out there in the pasture, a big old mule.
Like a mule deer?
No, like a mule cow.
Oh,
A
God.
mule horse.
A mule horse. Oh, God.
And he laid down on the fence post and he shot
He
shot
did shoot the
farmer.
horse.
He shot the man's mule. I said, oh God, he's mad. He said, he must be mad at that farmer. So I jumped out with old lever action 30-30 model 94. I said, I'm going to get me something too. So I jumped out, ratcheted me one in there right quick. And I still get
What'd you do, Roy?
I laid across the fence and I shot the man's cow.
Oh, God. You shot his cow. And Tim shot his mule?
Tim shot his mule.
Well, why was Tim so mad? Why did you get so
Well, that
mad?
wasn't the end of it. I leave another in there because you know how good I am
Oh,
with that 30-30.
yes,
I am.
sir.
I'm fast.
You serious with that
I'm
thing?
fast with
Oh,
that
yeah.
thing. So I ratcheted me another in there and I shot the man's big old pig out there. So all of a sudden, you know what broke loose?
Yeah.
Everybody started yelling and hollering, here comes the farmer, here comes his wife, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot.
Well, what happened? Why'd y'all shoot the stuff?
Tim was playing a joke on me.
Huh?
He was being funny. The farmer told him he had an old sick mule he wanted him to shoot.
Oh, no.
So Tim, he was going to say, I'm going to play a joke on Roy. So he run to the truck, he got his gun, he went and shot the man's mule. I thought he was mad at the farmer.
Oh, no, Roy.
I shot the man's milk cow and I shot his pig.
Oh,
So
gosh.
to make a long story short, Charlene got all mad at me. I had to buy the pig and the cow. I had to work extra nights.
Oh, gosh.
It's a valid
Oh.
to pay for it.
Oh, me.
And he wouldn't even give me the meat. I mean,
Huh?
he
Wouldn't even let you have the meat?
He made me very alone.
Well, milk cows probably ain't very good to eat.
He would never, he said if he ever seen me in that part of the country again, he's going to kill him.
Okay, well, I understand.
But
People take that stuff serious, Roy. Well, you got to be careful about that stuff around here.
it turned out to be a bad trip for me, I'm going to tell you.
Well,
I ain't never run into anything like that. And me and Tim had a little bit of a falling out over it. Now, we were talking again.
okay.
But he offered to pay for one of them, and I let him pay for one of them. So he paid for the cow, and I paid for the pig. But still, farmer said if he's seen us up around that part of the country again, he's going to kill us both.
Well, I don't blame him, Roy. I don't blame him. Well, that's all the time we got for you. So thanks for being on the show.
It was good.
Are you going hunting with us this week at all?
I don't know, Josh. I got a lot planned this week.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the Dixie Classic.
Okay. It
Dixie
starts
Classic
next
Fair.
weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try to check it out, baby,
Okay.
and check out a few old buddies and girls.
Okay.
girlfriends
Well, that's
up
all
there.
the time we got for them people up there. So y'all stay tuned. Up next is our stand selection. And a few weeks from now, we'll have another story from old Roy here. Well, it's time for our stand selection. And I'm head hunting this Friday evening. And the one place I am going to this week that kind of to change it up a little bit is a place I haven't hunted, or no, I personally haven't hunted at all. Pops hunted it opening morning, and we haven't touched it since. Headed to film myself, and we'll see how that goes. But that's what I was going to talk to you about. Our stand selection needs to be, I think this week, is go to that spot you maybe hadn't got to hunt in a little while. The deer are getting to where, you know, the more and more pressure you put on them, the more and more nocturnal they're going to go until it's time to rut. Then they'll pick back up their daytime movement. But you know, we want to go where there's less pressure. So that's kind of our stand selection. If you got any place that you haven't been able to hunt that you want to hunt, that's this week. Let's go to it and see what happens. Pick up, maybe move a stand 200 yards. You know, it don't take much with a bow to do what you're trying to achieve. So go from there. That's our stand selection. We'll see you later. All right, that's basically it for our show this week. At the end here, I want to talk a little bit about failure and success. And we do not have a success story this week. We hunted a lot, did not see very many deer whatsoever. Took Audrey hunting last week, first sit on a new spot, kind of like I talked to y'all about, and we seen deer. But that's what I want to lead into the failure story. Audrey's never been hunting a whole lot. She's climbed in deer stands that are already there once or twice, but we did not have one set up. So it was either a ground blind or a climbing stand. Now, I'd prefer a climbing stand because it gets you elevated, especially in a new spot. Gets you elevated, you can see more, stuff like that. But Audrey could not use the climber. We got out here in the tree in the yard and she practiced, and it fell about 3 foot at one time, and she got all nervous. She wasn't but 4 feet off the ground, but anyway, so she couldn't climb in the climber. So we ended up going popping up a ground blind. Well, the fact that we had not hunted this spot, popped up a ground blind, the deer were very comfortable coming in there. In fact, at 6:30, sun's still out, the deer started coming in. Well, as soon as they seen that ground blind, needless to say, they got pretty nervous. It wasn't that we scared them off, and they will be back, but that ground blind, for the very first time seeing them, just wasn't, they weren't sure about it, put it that way. So I guess our failure story this week is Audrey, because she don't know how to use a climbing stand. So if she would have been in a deer stand, she would have definitely probably had I know she'd had a shot on the deer. I'm not saying she would have killed it. We might have been talking about her missing it or something else as our failure story. But we still had a great hunt, and that's about it. Our failure story is Audrey. Again, we don't have a success story this week. So stay tuned for next week. We'll be on next Sunday right here at The Hunter's Guide. Thanks for watching.